What's up, Jay? What's going on, everybody? What's the deal? You gang? I see you. What's up?
What up, what up?
What the problem is? What the problem is? Oh, Le Candle. Boy, where's Reggie? All right. Well, it's 8 p.m. Session's underway. Let's get a breakdown underway. We closed indecisive on our last daily candle, right? Doji closure, no decision made, top wick, bottom wick, right? Rejections from both sides. And when that happens, typically, I like to do this. Right? This is how I interpret this. I look at it like this. There was no decision made. We're gonna look to continue bullish today. Right? Now. Down here to the 4 hour, the 4 hour, the 4 hour, the 4 hour. Look at that. We had a bullish closure, made a bottom wick, driving up here to the top of the 4 hour range. The hourly's got a level here as well. Thing here. 2 hour late candle. 1 hour no top wick, 1 hour level. Where's the 4 hour levels? Yeah, this is nice. Level here. I could get jiggy with this. All right, nice level up there. Nice level that we just broke out of. Looks like actually we respected this area. No top wick. On the closure, expecting this candle to come back down. Let's see if we can get some bearish closures. If I would like to tap into this area at 50.35, come back down. That would be interesting. That would be lovely. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in there. 4 hour bullish, daily bullish. So I'm a little reluctant to look for these sell limits, but let's see. We got multiple time frames. We got multiple instances. We got no top wick on the previous candle. We also got no bottom wick. We never came down there to grab any orders in the 15. Stop here. Yeah, I would like to see some buys. The weekly, man, the daily, everything wants to take off. The 4 hour. Only issue is the 2 hour. Maybe this just isn't the time to break yet. So look at this. We respected the 1 hour level here. Sorry, it's a 30. Sorry, it's a 15. The 15 level. We respect the 15 level. And we're going to tap into the 4 hour level here. Yeah. The fact that there's no top wick here, the fact that there's a 2 hour leg candle, a 4 hour resistance, multiple time frames, and multiple instances in the market. I like this. Across the board there too. Let's do this, gang. I like this. Limit. Although we could be seeing volume from the 8 o'clock opening. Oh, I'm sitting here thinking, what did I want to talk about this? I figured out why I couldn't change this. Hold on. Low risk here. Ah. There we go. Stop that. Boom. Flip. Wait, supposed to be a sell. No. TP is the fill of the 2 hour body. Whoa. Should be right there. We should be activated. We're activated. We're at 35 pips right there. I want to see if we can flip. Stops to break even. See if we can flip. I saw 40 pips. I haven't closed anything. I'm looking for the flip of the candle. Yo! Yeah. Give me a flip. It didn't activate here. I'm sorry. I'm going to get rid of it here. But we are in. Push down to the flip. Push down to the flip. There's no top wick on the previous candle. That's what we need. Come on. Is it going to break highs there? Yeah, we're in here off this level. I'm sorry. I had it at a different level. I have it right here. Off the wick. See this wick to the left? That's where I had it on. So the signals gang is in there. Never tap. Yeah, it might come back up, re-break highs, and then do that. I was really banking off of this first level here to flip the candle, and then if it wants to, it'll come back up. But we didn't secure nothing. We saw exactly 40 on the dot. It's probably going to re-break that high. Grab sleeper orders. had my TP. I had my TP straight at the flip, gang. All right. I think this might push up here. Once it reacted here, I think it might push up heavy. So we'll see. If it doesn't re-break these highs, let's say we get a closure that respects this area again. What do we have? 3 minutes. If we get a 15 that respects this area, I might take it off the following top wick. I like that initial reaction. A lot of times you get that slingshot to flip the candle. Yeah, pancake. You get that slingshot, right, to flip the candle, and a lot of the times if it comes back to your entry, which is typically the tip of the wick for us, right, or very close to it, if it re-breaks it, a lot of times it'll just push through to the next level. That's why I don't like to stay in past that first time. Jewish fake. Yo, I've not been able to secure much. Like, I've been seeing 30-40 pips expecting this to run, and it's just been coming back to be. The idea was like this candle here. Look at this candle. You see, it tapped, came right back in range. And there was that, look, it's that initial tap or initial tap of these areas, right? Because look at that second tap. That second tap broke all these wicks. So now right here, if you were looking for this again over here, you got stopped out. So that's why I expect on the rebreak, I had expected to break this wick, right? Fill the wick with momentum. It's a decent amount, but you mean in terms of pips? Just been looking for a lot more based on the ranges, and like this is where we reject. Now to come back to the bottom of the range off the 4 hour, it's like a 300-400 pip move. Might still come down there, just fucking around with us. But we had that level on the dot. There's a 34 level, not in. Yeah, that's where I had it off of here. But it was supposed to be off this wick to the left right here. I didn't do this right in here. That's funny. All right, would have been BE on here too. Hold on a sec. Best wait for a better entry. Just got home zone door. Gotcha. I want this reaction initially. I don't. Yeah, this is what we saw. This is what we saw initially. But really, we want this right here. The flip. That's a level, right? So get back to this area. Once we get back to there, that's where I would secure. Because that's an area where we're likely to launch off of and come back to B if we do. But unfortunately, we never got there. We kind of tapped into these wicks right here to the left and came right back up. I wanted this the first 5 minutes of the hourly. Yeah. All right, all good. Happened on the second. Of course, it's gonna flip it. You guys took a position on it? Yeah, we had a sell here. We saw 40 pips and it came back, tapped us out, and now it's going. God damn it, I was so right about this area.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you said you were up 40 pips?
Yeah.
Then you always say, hey, if you're up.
Well, I went break even. I didn't secure.
Oh, you went break even. Okay.
We didn't lose.
Okay. I was about to say.
Yeah. Okay. Are you trying to call me an asshole?
I didn't want to, but I was going to say it's your saying. So.
Well, that's right there. See the yellow line? That's right here. I would probably secure. I would have secured. I think the level I had posted on here was correct, but I was really looking off the wicks here to the left. We would have sniped this. This would have never came back to B. Richie keeping me accountable. I would have called it a stream right there. Boom. See, this is what I said. I'd secure probably around this yellow line because this is where this candle might reject and bring this back to B. This is what we were looking for. Fortunately, 40 pip bounce took us out.
Did price move too fast to even secure like partials or what?
No,
you were just waiting for the flip?
It smacked 40 and came right back to 20, 28, 25 and just fluctuated, came back up. Like I wasn't going to secure anything until the flip. I was looking for partials on the flip here and see if we can ride down the rest to the bottom of the range. I really wanted something like this over here. See to the left, that drop. But that idea is gone. On to the next one. We shall go. Anyone still in there? After stream. To request my first payout, how long does it normally take? Same day. Top one. I've always received it the same day. Warrior's still holding. Savage. everything made sense about the level. Everything we went over, right? The 4-hour target, 4-hour level. The 2-hour had a delay candle here, right? We saw that. The 1-hour closed at resistance, no top wick. The 30 opened up here, and the hourly opened up with a top wick, no bottom wick. And this level here held across multiple time frames on 4-hour, 1-hour, and across multiple time frames and across multiple instances in the market right there. Just kind of made this simpler decision, right? I took the trade to court. I voiced it out. It made sense as I spoke it. Otherwise, if it would have sounded ridiculous, I would have been like, wait a minute, no. I like to voice things out. You guys get to hear the behind the scenes of how my brain works. And that's the way you kind of should be taking your trade to court, right? Does it make sense there? Yeah, and I kind of, proved my case myself beyond reasonable doubt, and that's why we got in there. Reggie, look what you missed.
Oh yeah, I missed bad. Yeah.
What was that?
I tell you, I missed the position bad. I see it right now on your screen. Light candle. So that was the position, right? With first.
Yeah, the white line was our position.
Yeah, I would have. That's a good position. And you were just waiting for the flip. Yep.
I was waiting right here for this area. I mentioned it. This is the 2-hour, but I mentioned this right here, the body.
I would have just at least closed partials at the flip.
Yeah, partials would have been the flip, but
yeah,
secure either here or fill of the wick. It was a big.
Yeah, man, I got home too late, man.
Always trade from an area of value. That's what I like about this dude. It just makes sense here. Hey. Building. Hot Mike Hero.
You know it.
The open mic assassin.
Yeah,
That's funny, bro. How are you?
good. Back in the D. Back to it. Back at work. The whole 9.
Yeah. You probably need a vacation after a vacation. There we go.
You
There's
know.
there's that 2-hour fill. This is what we're talking about right here. The body of the 2-hour. Congrats to everybody that stayed in there. Didn't get stopped out at B. And it's laughing all the way to the bank. Call him Kenny Hot Mike. Update stream record. Yeah, BE number, what, 171? Trying to see if we can get another top wick on the next 30 here. Things run down. What do you get from using the 2 hour? Well, it supersedes the 1 hour, and it shows me, it kind of breaks down that 4 hour candle for me into parts. First half of the 4 hour candle, the second half of the 4 hour candle. If I see what like the first half of the candle did, kind of have an understanding what the second half is going to do. But you got to understand the relationship between candles while they're printing within a higher time frame candle. Right? Understand how to read these candles backwards. Wait till he sees the 23-minute. Oh, man. That was a legit time frame. But honestly, it's just more data at my disposal, right? It keeps coming down. I can't take it yet. Couldn't have been more spot on about the level. Holding this little resistance, the candles have still though been making higher highs, higher lows. What we want to see is a range formed here. I want to see a range form here. Maybe a retest of these highs. Here. That's what we want to see if we're going to look for some more sells here. We want to tap some kind of resistance. Now understand, you can tap this area across the board here and just come down heavy, but that's not what I'm looking. I'm looking for it to be clear and obvious. Right? As this first candle comes down here, the hourly's still open. We could have been making a bottom wick. Now there's a top wick, so we can refill this, right? With momentum, we'll push through it and drive up. And remember, the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, all bullish. So I do like some sells from here, but we're going to need to form a range, get some bullish closures, and close below them, right? Like a range 2 breakout. And I think we're getting that right now. Well, we'll see. We'll see if this is a top wick to just blast straight down, or will it flip, come back up, and form a little support. You see, we kind of had that actually right here. That's what we want to see. Then closure below the range, top wick back to here, and right down. So same idea here. Support, break the range, top wick back in there, and break down. So that's exactly. What's the difference between yellow level and white level? Yellow level is like an area of interest. White levels I'll usually mark up of where I want to take a wick entry. And we actually got a wick entry here. Boom. Unfortunately, after 40 pips, the market came back, stopped us out, and then drove down. But we were in this wick here about 20 minutes ago. That's the difference. This is where I want to see an entry. When there's a wick entry position, I'll usually place that there. Like initially, before I ever set a limit order, like we could be 300-400 pips away, right? And I'll place it to a level. Top wick. The hourly's still open. We closed above here, above the most recent. We can absolutely, right, still flip bullish. Previous 4 hours bullish. The daily bullish. Oh shit. Connect. Connect. El Conecto. Oh, going up on my live account. This shit's gonna pump up right now. Watch. Fuck this delay, man. Hey, and by the way, don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel, please. It's greatly appreciated. Oh, and please, please, please share the stream. Yeah, share the stream. That's the only way to grow and the only way to get more like-minded people in here. If you don't share, they won't find out. There's the flip, the bottom wick. Probably the pull back up. Need to wait for range to break out because the 4-hour and daily is bullish. Yeah, everything is bullish. So just because you get one closure, right, one bearish candle here, that doesn't change the bias, doesn't change structure, which is clearly making higher highs, higher lows, right? The more recent structure. So what you're going to need is you're going to need that range to print because you want to find a support and attempt to drive up to fill the range and make another decision, right? Either you break through the resistance or you drive off of it back down. And if that's the case, you'll get a closure below this most recent support, right? If we're coming back down, and then you can say to yourself, all right, we held support, and when we reached a stronger resistance, we are driving off resistance. We broke that support. We closed below that level, which means there's volume. Otherwise, we would have respected it and got stuck in the range here in the 15. But if we close below, that means there's volume, right? Close outside the range is an indication of volume. And if there's volume, we just rejected over a higher time frame level and broke support, broke that range 2. You have that range 2 breakout, you're likely to continue down, and probably with a heavy push too, especially off a 4-hour resistance. But I don't want it to just drive down now because that doesn't give me an edge, right? I need a support to form somewhere here. If the support forms and then we break it, that gives me an edge that we're, the bearish move is stronger. It's not rocket science, it's logic. Just not logic that you're used to, right? You don't understand certain intricacies or nuances of the market just because you lack time on the charts at some point. Oh, that's what we're all trying to do here, get some more time on the charts. And yes, sir. Yes. Back here. When it went up to fill the wick, the setup was invalidated. If it went down again, you can't take that short again. You can do whatever you want. There's situations where I will, right? For example, if all four, like 1, 2, 3, 4, if all 4 of these levels, right, were all one level, like if this was all here, this was here, this was here, and this candle just did this, right? If it just closed right? If this level doesn't exist here, right there, and all three of them, right? Let's say this came down from here. Came down here, came up there. This candle over here did this, broke all these highs, still closed within that range, right? If it did that, I'm looking for another wick entry here. As long as we open with a top wick, I'm looking for this, and then push down. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know why I have that red candle there. Right? If we did this, I'm looking for that top wick. I'm gonna drive back down. Go. These colors, man. Color. That's what I would retake it there again. If this was able to push through, especially if there was a level to the left that we just tapped, but we still closed within here, I'm looking for that top wick off of here again. I've been in Asia for like 2 months. Finally decided to join. W, please subscribe. But now that we have this level here, right? Then the top wick would be up there. But it would have to be an hourly closure here, right? If the hourly is able to close like this, right? We get that top wick. Because the previous hourly, bullish, heavy bullish. Yeah, I would expect this candle to flip bullish and close bullish. It's just this 15. Just based on price action at these areas, right? And historical data and how it's printed here before. I would expect the level to hold. If this just continues down and continues melting, it'll just be a little bit more waiting. The 4 hour, very indecisive here. Top wick, bottom wick, weak ass candle. And yesterday's daily closed indecisive here, right? So market a bit disillusioned about what it wants to do. Did you try again with the volume on your side? What do you mean? Confused. Wait, the volume's not better? Are you guys not hearing me well?
Good on YouTube, man.
W.
I mean, Zoom, man.
Zoom.
Yeah, I hear you well.
Volume's a bit low on YouTube. Check 1 2 1 2. I'm hearing, but not like before. Yeah, I believe you. I probably got to go into audio settings in my OBS. YouTube's a bit. It's not what it used to be, right? It used to be much louder. You guys think I'm unplugged somewhere, or the plug is loose? Yeah, screws loose for sure. How many years did you trade until you did it full time? I mean, I kind of did it full time immediately. Yeah, it's a tough journey, but it's always been full time. It's always been time on the charts, right? Nothing can invalidate your time on the charts. I mean, nothing can replace it. You need your brain's a muscle. You need to be here on the charts, even when you're not placing a trade, just to just to see things and remember them and see them over and over and over and recognize where you can look for opportunity and what you can build your edge around, right? You're not going to notice an opportunity that you don't see over and over and over. That's the way you notice it. You see something over and over, and you're like, oh, I've seen this before. How can I build an edge around this? Yeah, because it leads you. It leads you to a really dark path for some people. Me too. Like, yeah, I went through some of the lowest lows of my life when I started trading, and sure you all have too. Like in some way, shape, or form, we kind of all go through the same roller coaster of emotions and a lot of humbling moments, right? What else would you compare trading to? I think the closest thing trading for me is life. Same concepts. A lot of like it just trading plays out at a faster pace. But I've said this before. Trading mirrors life in many ways. Were you employed at some point? I mean, yeah, at some point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, drop a like, sub to the channel. Let's see if we can print this range somewhere here, then break the lows and continue down, or will we continue pushing back up and towards 50-50 areas? I agree with that 100%. It's kind of scary how much it makes you understand life more. Yeah. It's almost like Morpheus-like, right? It's like trading is like Morpheus from the Matrix. Frees your mind or consumes it. I think it's the pill. Trading is the pill. Choose the blue pill. Choose the red pill. The fairy tale ends. Give me a sec, chat. I want to see what he's barking at. Got a 1 hour closure coming up here, gang. I would like to get some top wick sells. We got 6 minutes here. I want to run to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back. I'll obviously probably do the damn thing, take a couple of pulls, but I'm looking to see if we can set up for the next hourly top wick to continue down here. 2 hour, another hour in this 2 hour. We'll see. Here's the deal. The next hourly should make a bottom wick and bounce off support if it's going to drive up. And if that's the case, and we open up with a top wick, I'll expect get ahead of that, getting that bottom wick for the hourly before it pushes up, if it does push up. So give me a few minutes, and I'll be right back. And you know what we could do? We could actually have an intro today. We have not had an intro in a long time. All right, little intro track. How about that? How about them apples? This is a story about life, about struggle, about success. Not just mine, but yours too. Because whether you see it now or not, we're all trading something every single day. Time, energy, choices. That's life. That's trading. I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the guy you see on your screen. I started out just like most people, uncertain, broke, doubting the system, doubting myself. But one thing kept me going, the belief that life's biggest opportunities aren't given, they're taken, and I took mine. See, trading isn't just about charts, candles, or currencies. It's about discipline, patience, and the courage to bet on yourself. It's about understanding that every loss is a lesson and every win is a stepping stone. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, and that voice in your head telling you to keep going when the rest of the world says stop. But let me tell you something. This journey didn't start with success. It started with failure. More failures than I can count. I remember sitting in front of my screen, watching the markets eat me alive, thinking maybe this isn't for me. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about the markets. It was about me. My mindset, my choices, my willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The truth is, trading is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, and your limits. But it also shows you your potential if you're brave enough to see it. I'm here now because I refuse to quit, because I learned to see every loss as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Success isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. This isn't just a stream. This is a movement. A space where we don't just talk about markets. We talk about life, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself, not just as a trader, but as a person. Because the truth is, the charts don't care about you, but this community does. I do. And together, we're gonna rise. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready. This is where traders are made. This is where dreams are built. And this is where your story begins. Let's get it. God damn it. I was muted. I read the question. I think it might be because you have to accept the probabilities in trading, so become more aware in real life, and you never think that if you don't day trade. Exactly. It just makes you more aware, right? Trading makes you more aware. It's more self-aware. It's a very humbling activity, right? Because it takes a lot of wrong to be right, right? It forces you to be wrong so much, and you're not used to being wrong in everyday life that much. And if you are wrong, you're just not used to somebody calling you out on it, right? All the time. But the market will call you out on it, and at some point, you got to start calling yourself out if you want to be successful. So you honestly, it just forces you to be accountable, which nothing else in life does, right? So it takes a lot of being wrong to actually make it here and to eventually be right. It takes a lot of wrong decisions. Because you really do figure out what not to do, or you figure out what to do. Got really closed here. Back in range. This is tough. So we were looking at a top wick entry before a bottom wick is made. So we have this bottom wick, right? Rejecting off something. It to the left here, came back up all the way to the highs. Maybe that same level. This is where we're gonna have to be patient and wait for that range to print, because now that top wick entry is gone. That would also, getting up here would reflip the 2-hour bullish with a wick to fill. The would re-break. Well, actually break the 4-hour level there. $60. Holy shit. Nice trade. Nice trade. Big ass range. Well, I'd rather have a 200 pip range than a 200 pip stop on a top wick. Fucking beautiful. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think you're delayed, bro. Can somebody tell Suave Futures that he's like 3 or 4 minutes delayed? I think he's talking about my speech. Or 3 to 4 minutes from now, he will come across me saying that, and he'll be like, oh shit. Or you're typing that shit from the moon, and there's a 7-minute delay because you can't fucking travel faster. Doesn't it indicate bearish, my bro? The 4-hour closed bullish. We're going to look for the next 4-hour to continue with it, which it did already. Now you've tapped into a 4-hour resistance, right? It came back down, and we're just chopping it up, trying to take advantage of it on a small time frame. But the 4-hour did close bullish. The daily's bullish. We have a bullish bias coming in here. That doesn't mean we can't take sells. You can trade against the bias. You got to understand what you're doing and how to build a case for that. just waiting another like 3-4 minutes for Swap to realize, oh shit, he's behind. A lot of new people here. Yeah, drop a like and sub to the channel, please. Please. That's all we ask. Help us grow the community. All right, retest to the highs here. It's the range we were talking about that we're printing, right? If we can start closing below it now. But this would have been a sell as well off that top wick. If we opened up with a top wick, not if we didn't have a bottom wick here. Big difference. Big difference in the way these candles relate to each other, I guess. Based on that closure, there's a certain opening you need on the following candle. Otherwise, the relationship of the candles changes. Tensions between Iran are holding gold upright. If they say a trade deal could potentially drive it down, just wanted your opinion on it. It's not about what they say. It's really about the sentiment and what kind of message it sends, and what do people hear bullshit in that story, or do they really believe it? And like, honestly, just to be completely honest with you,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Yeah, no matter what happens there, we're going to see it reflected on the charts. Candles will print. We'll have to do our break, like, because no matter what happens, it's not like we're going to come in here and be like, oh, buy now or sell because, you know, because of what happened there. No, we're going to come in here and we're still going to do our technical analysis. Still going to go based off our knowledge of candles, timing, volume, levels, right? Closures. We're still going to go based off of price action. So I'm just worried about the shit I can control. That I can't control, I'm gonna let it play itself out, and I'll have my analysis done on the charts here. Could be a good opportunity tomorrow. Lots of news in there. Yeah, news is good because it brings in volume. Whenever there's volume, you want to trade. Because of DXY looking bullish. And yeah, I love the ad libs, and yes, got 30 off sells. You guys trust that level more than me.
Yeah, I'm looking at that 3-leg candle, that body. Yeah, once it tapped there, I figured I should get a reaction. Took it, and I just made that 30-leg candle my stops, that top wick.
Basically break even. Oh, you made your stop up here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it would be if we took the top wick sell here and there was no bottom wick here. That's what it would have been, a sell off here, stop up here. both ideas were right. Top look sell here, top sell, like both our ideas were right. Anything you have read or watched to understand behavior of candles? Spoke about this time on the chart. This is knowledge guided by experience. I didn't have a guru. The way you draw them out and wait for wicks is nuts. Yeah, we literally just drew this, right? Where's that range that we drew? What do we want to see? There, right? So, we did get the tap of this area up there, right? This is what we were talking about, the tap of that area right here. Now this candle has a chance to flip bearish and do what this candle did here. The only difference is instead of a bullish candle closure here, we got this weak bearish candle closure. You see it just tapped there, and the point is it should flip, break that low, and get a closure. If there's a closure, we can look to trade off a top wick. Very simple. This is interesting here. The 15 is not a pretty chop, right? We see this area here across the board, and it's just, this is not a pretty area. Look at all these wicks, what we're getting here right now. Really indecisive 4 hour here. Look at this. Just no clue what it wants to do. These 2 dailies right now. And you're seeing indecision on the higher time frame, on the dailies. Yeah, you can expect to see a chop. Just like that, and I'll watch it play out while you go off stream. When you were a newbie, have you also tried to simply buy on a support and sell resistance? No, I was trading when I was a newbie. I was doing an EMA crossover with a fib. One minute here for this 15 to close. I just don't want to take it here. Saying it. Nice rejection though. All right, time frame, hourly got that level. We made a bottom wick first. All right. I'd really rather have traded this off a top wick before it made it. I mean, before the bottom wick was made, but it didn't print like that. I'm be very skeptical of this level here. Technically have not printed a support, right? We've just kind of been moving down and pump up and quick rejection. Did he close? Let's see. 15. $63. Interesting. I like this break of low. 72. Yeah, we're gonna have a sell stop here. It's gonna be break of the current candle low, gang. 50, 10.3. Biggest like candle filled. Sincere time. Break of the low is also celery play. I figured out why I couldn't close partials before. Figured it out. So you see right now, I can't close 5. If I set a sell limit to close 5 lots, I wouldn't be able to. But if I make this TP here 3 lots and then put a 3-lot closure, partial, right? That sell. Stops current hourly low. How are we in there? Oh, I messed up here. Oh, Jesus. We didn't break that low there yet. Yeah, my sell stop is on the break of the low there. We haven't broken that low. So guess what? I'm just going to go break even, hoping it breaks that low. Confirm. We're in profit. So I put it on the flip of the candle, but it really should have been on the rebreak. That's what we had. 10.4. Yeah, that one's out. Look at this. We formed a range here. This candle closed below. It's only a 5. wait for the break of the lows. Yeah, it should have been on the re-break of this candle low right here. Did it on here on the break of the current candle. This is current 15. You scalping, Aries? What? You do? Scalp. Consolidation for potential push down? I don't know. We're very bullish today for the day. But there's range to come down. We've rejected of a higher time frame resistance. There's room. And it's on this 30. How's this 30 look? So we're gonna reset it here.
Do you want to be in this before the 30 close wicks, or it doesn't matter to
I'm
you?
waiting to see how close it gets.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Last 5 minutes, I might, because we're gonna need a top wick then on the next 30. I was just looking to see if it can start pushing now. We have time to push. I guess like 3-4 minutes to it. Maybe it keeps up with this PT trend line. PTT line. Get the T line. T line. Yeah. 4 minutes left here on the 30. Cancel. That worked for nothing. I mean, we'll there's a chance we place it back. We're just gonna need a top look on the next candle. And not just a top look. 50-20, that resistance. You know what? I see. I see this wick. This wick needs to get filled here. Probably heading to that support on the 1 hour. Every time we've rejected off 50-25 or closed below it, we've driven down. 3 minutes here for the 30. We're gonna need another top look on the next 30. Break of the lows. Nice 1 hourly candle. There's another 30 minutes left in it. Might look nothing like it does right now.
I was talking about the 1 hour with the big wick down. On the 1 hour, we already.
Yeah, we
already
for the previous one. I thought you were talking about this one.
Oh, not the current one, not the current. No.
Oh man, this will be amazing. If this can close this bullish a bit, right? But under 50-16. 2 minutes left in the candle. I don't want to be in a trade doing this before it closes. There's a level right there, right, that we see. A weird looking 4 hour candle, isn't it? Should be bullish. The way it looks. Yeah, I was really hoping this would slingshot. But look at that. It held. Then this one tried to break the low. Also held. Gonna close here in 30 seconds. The top wick sells at 5,002. Stops at BE. We're 50-16, brother. Just had a sweep plus MSS. Not speaking my language. Now price pulling back into premium unless we flip structure. It looks like a continuation short setup. Ugly close. Well, it's a 30 close. And the 30 closed. Close respecting a trend line. If we get a celery play here, that's the re-break of the hourly low. $66 to fill the wick. What do you go break even? 300 for runners. Like this top wick here. Guess what? Hey. No top wick sells here. This can absolutely rip up. We've already had the top wick opportunity right there. This candle can absolutely rip up after holding that support. But if it decides to rip down and break the lows off this level,
Wix, your position doesn't make sense.
yeah, no, it makes sense now.
Ah, yes.
What the fuck? I hope that got me out in profit. Let's try this again. Limit. Stop. Sell. Stop. What the fuck was that? Literally hate fucking trading. I think I made $120 on there just now. Oh, people at the Zoom door, come on in. Come on. So are we gonna get a bullish 4-hour or a bearish 4-hour? Look at this indecisive ass candle. I'm about to call it a stream if this 4-hour closes like that. That's ass and feet there. And maybe we get that 1-hour celery. And that 4. Down. Give me a limit. 5. 1, 2, 3. Sell stops on the break of the lows of the 1 hour, yeah. Break of the lows of the 1 hour. It's the 30 celery play. Range to come down here. But I understand we are bullish, right? Overall, we are bullish. And the 4 hours coming to a close. And hopefully this 4 hour can bring us back down. But wherever it closes, the current 4 hour looks like this. But the previous one closed bullish, and the current one, in reality, looks like this right now. That's an empty space there. See? We melt. Yeah, right fill the wick right there. Six minutes here for this 15. The 30's still open. We're looking for the 30 seller replay to come on down. Up here. Why you keep trading against the trend? Then you screenshot of the profits. You find you get a crazy spread on TradingView? Weird. Yeah, it's right there. The spread's right there, 0.3. Not really. Like to be in before this 15 closes? Yeah. If this guy, you want the slingshot, you just want to drive, right? One candle. You don't want to chop around, just get random volume. All wicks. That's a sell stop. Yeah, it's a sell stop. These are partials. This is no candle that you want to trade looking like this, right? If it closes like this. Close the candle, come right back up, yeah. There are times to trade against the trend, right? And typically those times are off the target that you have, right? If your bias happened, right? It played out and it got to your target, you can logically expect to have a pullback, right? If you have a legitimate target. minutes for this 15 to close. Funny thing is, the hourly, right? I give you that same celery play. Here till the 15 closes. Santos going to bed. Yo, appreciate you showing up tonight. You're in a short off a limit error. Trade of 8 always does this. I don't even know what a limit error. And if Trade of 8 always does this, it doesn't sound great. 2 minutes. If we don't get that drive down here, we might be deleting. Although, what business would it can't, even if we don't get a top wick on the next candle, right? First, this isn't a leg candle. And if we don't get a top wick on the next candle, like we could just melt off the next candle and the 30 would make absolute sense. The only thing that would throw me off here is like a 15 leg candle, right? This flips bearish but doesn't drive. Watch it do that in a minute. It literally might do that. I want the liquidity to be taken down there to get a nice swing long trade. Yeah, I feel you. Me too. But we don't have all night to sit here, right? We only trade this session. 1 minute here on this 15. Let's see where it respects. Careful. There's another chair right there. Pull it up. Move that one over. Close it. Pause it. Pull up the other chair. Just said it literally might do that last second. Did not. Close bullish at resistance. Still melt.
Yeah, I'm worried about this giving you bottom wick first and coming back up.
But if it breaks these lows, it's got no business coming back up, right? It's the 30, the 1 hour, all these time frames should supersede that then.
But you don't see that it could just tap it to confirm that it's support and then come back up, or no? You don't see that?
I will say this, it's the last 15 of the 4 hour. We might let the 4 hour make its decision here. Yeah, we're gonna delete this. I'm gonna wait for this 4 hour to close. We didn't do exactly what we want, right? If we didn't get that slingshot, watch, I deleted it and it's gonna run here. And even if it does, right, the 30 breaks the lows there and runs.
Wicks on the live as well.
Right, the 4 hour, the levels here. The next 4 hour before it eventually breaks down completely is going to need a top wick. Oh shit! Yeah. I'll delete that. Last 13 minutes of this 4 hour candle. Known to pull back. We want to activate and pull back up, but I think we can let this 4 hour make a decision. This shit literally waited the entire friggin' 4 hour candle to have an opportunity to move. And now that it looks like it could move, it's really the 4 hour closing. The 30 looks amazing here. It looks great. Not worried about the 15. I think this can melt. I'm worried about the 4 hour, right? As it's melting here into this 4 hour level right here. I'm gonna bounce and just stay above it. If you stay above it, really likely next 4 hour pushes up. This looks so great. Maybe we get this on the hourly. That could be interesting. See what I mean? Like if it bottoms out here, fine. But if it breaks that low, the higher time frames have no business come down. But if it bottoms out here and pushes up, you can say, all right, this was a support made on the higher time frame. Now that we're respecting it, I mean, on a smaller time frame, now that we're pushing up from there, the higher time frame is aligning with it. But if you break it here, the price has no business breaking that low. Our only issue is it's breaking it with 10 minutes to go in the 4 hour candle. Does it really need a big top wick or a small one valid also? And what, we already have a wick. We don't need any more top wicks. The 15 doesn't need a wick. 30's got one. The 1 hour's got one. It's grabbed orders up there. The only thing that's pissing me off right now is the closure, right? It's 11 minutes or 10 minutes left to not just the 1 hour, the 4 hour closure. And the way the 4 hour looks right now, right? It looks like it's going to need another top wick for these areas in order to continue down. And if we're going to close in 10 minutes, I don't want to open up then eventually with another top wick and sit through this drawdown. I'd rather let that top wick form and then take the break of the lows. If we even get the break of the lows, we might bottom out here right now and push up here and close above just in time for the 4 hour closure, right? So we don't know. Maybe it drives down 100 pips in the next 5 minutes, and the only issue is we just, you know, it's late in the game. Yeah, I'd rather see the 4 hour through. Unfortunately, it might mean we miss out on a few hundred pips. 30. Trust me, long term, like there's a lot of times where you get burned in the last 15 minutes of the 4 hour because the 4 hour likes to pull back in the last 15 minutes and leave a wick, right? But there was no wick here on the hourly, right? As it's breaking that low, you're gonna want to pull back, create that bottom wick. You get stuck in there, and the 4 hour, it didn't drive anywhere. It's just nothing but wicks. Nothing but range. But we get that on the hourly, right? 4 hour might close bearish. We get that on the hourly. Does it really need a big top wick? Oh, we just said that. Evans sells for 50.26. Should I go 50.26? You're killing it, bro. Secure partials. Move stops to break even or trail them. Go question enough 140 pips. Just exit. Nah, but it's not break. If you want to leave, but yeah, secure most of the position. Leave like 10% running, 20% running, and let that bitch rock. He's coming to base 6435. Oh, you think it's funny? Well, you don't know me, money. I have a plan and took the early profits, but just get another opinion from a good trader, which might give me more information. Find the target. Go to the higher time frame. Daily, 4 hour. I would go based off the 4 hour levels. See if you can find a target here at 5,000 flat, maybe 49.87, and trade it to there. If you want to be super duper cowboy baby, then you can go to 49.50 here. 4950. There's your target. Leave 10% till there. Make sure you secure 90% of the position right here. You know, secure at least 50 or 60% of your position right now, and do it in steps, right? Another 10 here, another 10 here, another 10 here. Boom. There's your W ski plan ski. Oh, are we breaking down? Are we doing it with 7 minutes to go in the 4 hour? You silly goose. We waited this entire fucking time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Go back up. Go back up. Next time, clarify those details so we can understand what you did. For me, it needs to take the stack liquidity down there to come down. I think it should depend on whether you got the same trading profile or not. Clearly, the stream is just scalping. It seems like your strategy is more, and it seems like your strategy is more. Yeah, this stream is more scalping. But then again, if he's here and he's paying and he's asking for my opinion, he's not gonna ask me an opinion on swinging, right? If I'm scalping here, that shit would not make sense. But yeah, I mean, we have longer trades. It's just we are typically really precise about our levels that we just have no choice but like to be in a trade for like under a minute. So 70% of my trades are closed between 1 and 2 minutes, or 1 and 5 minutes, something like that. Yeah. And then like a good 20% of them are under a minute. That's how most of my trades are like. When I looked at what top one was sending me over and how long my trades last. No, 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, not 1 to 5. 1 to 2 minutes, and then 3 to 5 was like 15%, less than a minute, like 20%, 60%, 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, most of my trades. Holy le candle! La, 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 la. 5 minutes here. Damn. Don't you do it. Don't you melt in the last 5 minutes. Don't you fucking do it, go. It's gonna do it. It's gonna fucking do it. Yeah. No, regardless of what... Oh, more people at the Zoom door. Come on in. Anyway, regardless of what happens here, we're waiting on the 4-hour closure. We were going to attempt this off the 15 slingshot off this, right? And I said we don't really need a top wick. If it breaks that low, it plummets. But timing, it's everything. And it's 4 minutes and 50 seconds left for the 4-hour closure. And what does the 4-hour closure say? It's a doji candle in reality, right? The market didn't start up here. There's, right? Shit happened within here. Basically, the candle opened up right here. So if anything, right now, the way I would interpret that candle is looking like it's basically what we look like. Not from up here, because there's a gap here. This clean range, so it's just a wait. This candle has really tested everybody's fucking patience. This friggin' candle, man. I see 5 minute gonna dump hard. Leg candle. No bottom wick. Uh-oh. Regardless, fucking 5 minute candle, it closes in 5 minutes or in 3 minutes, and your bias will change on the next 5 minute candle. Or your breakdown will change completely on the next 5 minutes. But you want to use a higher time frame. Give yourself time to process what's really happening in the market and have that information be more accurate. Ooh. It's edging. It's prairie dogging right now. It's prairie dogging it. Oh, how's that for you? You are very nice, sir. Turned into a liquidity for a buy. You're very nice. Thank you. How's that for you? As the senator from the great state of confusion, I call for a point of clarification. I yield the rest of my time back to the chair. Chair, you got 90 seconds, chair. Oh, you fuck up your sister. I take you to Szechuan chicken dinner. You kill chicken, I cook. This chop sucks. Le candle on the way. Reggie got bills to pay. Reg, man, I don't know. Because
No, I can't take that. I gotta wait for the 4
That's a
hour.
nice-
I can't do nothing.
there's a nice lit candle right here. Check this out right there. And
Nope.
right there. You see what happened in those areas? See what happened
Yep.
in these areas?
Nope.
Melt.
Nope.
What's annoying is like it's really holding this area right here. It's holding it. Like this, we're stuck in this chop. And you know, FAFO. Feel me? Bro might be the first Ukrainian Chinese Rican. Damn, this is a sad state of affairs here in the markets. Sad state of affairs. Like we had the only perfect entry here tonight. The only perfect entry. Right here, right off that top wick. And then we spoke about this entry here, but can't utilize it because of that bottom wick. That didn't give us a chance to take advantage of that. But we understood why a sell there would be great. And I mean, they both played out. One took us out at break even, and one we never got in because of the way it formed. But still, you know, drop a like, sub to the channel for the knowledge, for the value, for me being able to get these points across and get this knowledge across, right? I say this all the time. You don't see a U-Haul behind a hearse because you can't take shit with you, right? So I'm going to be here to share the value, share what I know, and share what I've seen, and hopefully shorten your learning curve and your earning curve, right? Because if I can shorten that curve, I'm, you know, only at the top. We'll be successful together. So, and you've seen it play out. You've seen every single one of the concepts that I've discussed today. Every single one of them played out. Why? You know, and when and what levels. Every single one. There's a method to the madness. Price is in 300 pip range, roughly in the middle of that range, just below the daily opening price. Everyone may interpret this differently. Yeah, it's everything is subjective here, right? Like your perspective and my perspective is different. We could be looking at the same thing. Just like your relationship with money is different from my relationship with money. We had a different childhood, different parents, different values, different backgrounds, different locations, right? Different, you know, different political environments. So our relationship with money is completely different. And how we value it and what value we give to what kind of money, right? What matters, what doesn't matter, how much money's like, what affects you, what doesn't affect you. Can you get your drawing back to see if I did exactly that? My drawing back? I want my drawing back. Baby backwards. I'll make you. What drawing? Which drawing? There were so many drawings today. I've been. This has been a Picasso by Da Vinci collab here today. There's been so many drawings. I'm drawn out. With drawing the drawings. Anyway, can you share what limiting beliefs you had in terms of relationship with money and how you overcame it? What do you got to think about? Hey, can you close the door? All the doors. And where's your iPad? Put on charge? Sam? You put your iPad on charge? Has it? Okay, cool. Go ahead. W. Okay, we got a light candle printing here. I'm not really interested. Reggie, you looking for sells here? I mean for buys here? I'm not too interested right now in this chop anymore. Like I'd really want to. We want closures right above there, below here, and realistically, we keep holding this chop. Daily's bullish, and the previous 4 hours bullish, right? And this 4 hour just closed. I would interpret that as a weak bullish 4 hour candle or doji 4 hour candle, because technically it closed where it should have opened, same spot. So no decision there, right? Tough in this chop. I'm sorry, I completely ignored your question. So let's go back to that. Can you share what limiting beliefs you had in terms of relationship with money, how you overcame it? Let me answer this in more of like a reflective way, right? Not as my personal life, but drawing from the patterns that like I've seen across from thousands of people who struggle with money psychology, right? Because how can I put this? Limiting beliefs about money are extremely universal, right? Everyone has the same beliefs, the limiting beliefs about money. If I'm understanding your question correctly and what you're trying to ask, then so let's go over this. Common limiting beliefs about money. It's hard to make, right? Like, because this is instilled in you as you grow. For most people, I don't know for you personally, but as you're growing up, and for me, actually, right? You watch parents struggle, right? Hearing, we can't afford that, right? You associate money with stress because you've seen your parents struggle. So, you know, people just subconsciously or unconsciously expect difficulty, right? They tolerate friction and they normalize struggle, right? You're normalizing struggle, but you got to realize money is not hard, but value dependent. Very simple, right? Money doesn't flow towards issues. It flows towards solving those issues. It flows towards providing skills, right? Reducing pain, creating leverage in your everyday life, in business. That's where money flows to. It's attracted to those things. So instead of, right, you gotta, the breakthrough in your head mentally, I guess, should be not why is money so hard to make, but what value am I building, right? And then you're not going to be worried about why is money so hard to make, right? And another limiting belief, like people think wanting money is greedy, right? Especially like I've seen this in a lot of religious families, right? Or even like right now in the current liberal culture where like everyone demonizes wealth, right? Like wealth is so bad for you. Yeah, there we go. We broke that low. It's driving now. It just did that on the new 4 hour. It's probably making a bottom wick for the 4 hour to continue up and continue with the daily, but we shall see. I don't like anything in this chop right now. We have no closures outside the range. We're just initially breaking below it, right? But there hasn't been a closure. Just because you've seen this, what, 30 pips here? 29 pips, it doesn't mean that we're going to continue down here, right? It might break down, great. It means it's likelier based on the hourly closures, but this is still a leg candle. What do we know about leg candles? They'll usually flip the other way and fill the body, but it's already done that here. So, kind of 50-50 here. I want to wait for this range in general to kind of play out. I don't think I like anything in here until below 5,000. The way it looks like here right now on the higher time frame. I'm not a big fan of this. None of this chop, nothing in here. Just nothing pretty in here. But yeah, let's go. So what I was saying, right? Religious household, they put that stigma that wanting money is greedy. And right now the liberals, right? They demonize wealth. Like, let's tax the rich. Who the hell? No, the rich suck, right? So you get this internal conflict where it's like, I want financial success, but I'm fucking guilty to pursue it, right? So you start sabotaging yourself, right? If you have a business, a lot of businesses undercharge for their services, right? You as a person, you'll start avoiding opportunities because you feel like, man, I've gotten, like, I don't want to be that rich. I've gone, it's looked down upon. It's internal, right? Some people get that imposter syndrome. They feel uncomfortable with profits, right? No, you got to separate money from morality, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because, you know, money is neutral. It's just going to amplify who you already are, right? Greedy person will get more greedy when they come upon money. A generous person will have a greater impact when they come upon money. So money doesn't mean morals, right? You are who you are, and money is going to just amplify those morals, right? And like the stupid beliefs that, like, if you get rich, like if you look around, you're broke right now, you look at rich people and you're like, oh, rich people are unethical, lucky, or they're just different than me, or they're like, you know, they're just more skilled, or they got lucky. No, that belief, the only reason you say that to yourself, and next time you hear somebody say that, man, they're very egotistical. The only reason to say that is to protect your own ego, right? Because apparently now in their head, wealth is going to require luck or privilege or corruption, right? A little fraud on the side. So then failure kind of feels justified. Oh, I don't have that because they cheated their way to that, right? So, you know, it's like a subconscious subconscious resistance to becoming wealthy. There's so many questions. Hope the brothers from London. It's just, it really is. It really just, you're building up a wall in your head and all excuses, right? You got to see wealth not as corruption or privilege, right? Or like, you know, somebody cheating their way to the top, doing fraud or scheming or you know, you got to see wealth as a skill, as a strategy, right? As patience, emotional control. It's decision quality over time. What it really is, how do people get wealthy? They make the right decisions over and over and over a long period of time. So the quality of their decisions has been so immaculate, so precise, so great that over time it's led them to wealth. It's not magic, it's not luck, right? And then you have like I got friends who are like, man, like, and they make okay money, but then they're like, I'm just not good with money, man. I'm not good with money. And that's an identity-based belief, right? The most dangerous type, because identity is not going to argue with evidence, right? You are who you are, and like, you don't care what evidence you see that you're not, right? But like repeated financial mistakes, they're going to reinforce the story that you're trying to tell yourself, right? And there's no need to make financial mistakes. Things you can learn, simple things, basic things. But you built that wall in your head. You're just not good with money, and that's going to give you a reason to keep making those bad decisions, right? But you gotta shift your identity, right? Shift your identity to, you know who you are, man. The problem is you haven't learned money management yet. So instead of saying I'm bad with money, just say I haven't learned money management yet, but I'm getting there. I'm working on it. And trust me, people around you, they'll fucking respect that a lot more, man, than I'm just bad with money, right? It's a huge psychological difference, the way you approach it, because your approach changes, your outlook changes, your incentives, internal incentives will change, right? So you kind of need awareness. You need, you know, get rid of those emotional reactions to spending money or fear around investing, right? Anxiety, like, get rid of that anxiety that has to do with risk, right? Don't be afraid to charge more for what you think you are worth. Forget that. Do it. Charge more. Maybe that shit will take you to the next level, right? But like, I also think like trading is really good in this sense that beliefs, they all collapse. All your beliefs collapse when reality contradicts them, right? And the thing is, you don't notice the reality contradicting your beliefs until you're slapped in the face with it. And in the markets are very good with doing that. Remember I said they humble you. They really force you to look at yourself and keep yourself accountable because nobody else will. You have that realization when you're trading. And man, nothing like the market can do that, right? Your beliefs will collapse when reality contradicts them. Because it'll be in your face in the market, right? Your first profitable month, your first big streak, your winning streak, right? Your first successful investment, your first time charging more for what you think you're worth, and people actually paying it. That's reality contradicting your own belief that you're not worth that much, right? Boom. Small wins equals the rebuilding of your identity. Right? Confidence with money is rarely emotional. It's more structural. You got to learn budgeting. You got to learn risk management. You got to learn investing. You got to learn income trading. You got to learn leverage. You got to learn a lot of things, right? And people are like, holy shit, all of that. So what happens? You can do it. You're a human being. Like, we can all do it. But now this skill becomes a fear. And now you're afraid of it. Right? So you gotta understand this. If you invest in your skill, it's going to kill the fear that you have because you're going to be so confident in your skill. Holy shit, these women curlers, man. I got to hire some new housekeepers from that Canadian team. But you also your environment matters too, right? Like, you can be surrounded by like people who are like cynics all the time, right? People that are financially chaotic, or those same people that are, oh, I'm bad with money, right? Or people that always don't think in abundance and think in scarcity. Right? You want to be around people that like to build, that like to invest, right? People that have made money and kept it. Earners, disciplined earners. Right? It's gonna accelerate that belief of your identity of who you want to be, right? Who you think you should be. It's not like how much money you have or how much money you can make or how much, like, those are math problems, right? And money problems are never math problems. They're usually just fear. All your money problems is just fear, right? You have fear of loss, fear of success, fear of change, right? Fear of judgment. People are afraid of being judged so bad, right? And fear of responsibility, right? Always say, oh, I wasn't supposed to, oh, he did that. Or like, people really have a hard time accepting the raw responsibility that trading puts on you, and the fear in itself, right? So act accordingly. Action's going to rewire your beliefs faster than anything. You understand? What about Bernie Madoff? He made off. Consistency is key as well, and people think being consistent is perfect, which nobody talks about. Yeah. Consistency is key. People think consistent is being perfect, but nobody's perfect. You gotta stay consistent, and the key is really not where you're going. Not worry about your goals. Just keep growing. Keep growing. You'll smash your goals as a byproduct. Investing in yourself. Resonance of wealth is a vibration that expands way beyond money. Hold on, chat. Yep, so well, wasn't it so well? It's just read that even if you didn't do it better than yesterday, what matters is that it showed up and still did it. Yep. These are my favorite when we get the raw game. Yeah, it's just my Japanese. But like this is also just perspective, right? So this is very subjective, just like that question. It's really just your perspective. But from personal experience, like the questions I would have started asking would be like, what skills am I missing? Where am I leaking discipline, right? Not where am I lacking discipline, because you know what you're working towards, but at what expense, right? You're working towards one skill. Are you working towards that skill at the expense of another good habit or a positive skill? Are they contradicting each other? So you got to say, where am I leaking the discipline? Where's that leak? And plug it up. And you got to see what patterns you're repeating, right? That's another question. What patterns am I repeating that are causing me to go down this hole? And the number one most important question you should be asking yourself, what would a consistently profitable version of me do? Right? What would a consistently successful version of me do? Because that's what you got to do. You got picture in your head and like be like, oh shit, that's what I got to do right now for that to happen. And an hour from now, I got to do that. And you know, success feels dangerous because more money, more pressure, expectations, visibility, and you know, you don't overcome things with motivation. Motivation is bullshit. You got to make things a habit, then you don't need motivation, right? You overcome things with structure, risk management, emotional control, right? Patience, consistency, right? Respect for the probability game. That's huge. Key. You got to respect the probability game. If something looks too good to you but you have data saying otherwise, but you're like, nah, man, this is like a small, you got to respect the probability game, right? You got to detach yourself from single outcomes. There's no way like, oh, this has only one version of this way of this thing to happen. Multiple outcomes can happen. So detach, stop marrying things. I realize, oh, not what you think is gonna happen, but multiple outcomes are completely possible. So at the end of the day, right? Like, I didn't start making money when the market changed, right? I started making money when I changed. So that's what I would say to you. You're not going to make money when the market changes. You're going to start making money when you change. Right? The goal is to stop. It sounds so cliche, man, but the goal is really to stop chasing money and start mastering making decisions. That is the key. Stop chasing the dollar bills. Start mastering making quality decisions. See Kobe Covington down there? Bro, like, Florida's not one block. Pretty fucking big. This market looks like ass. Here we go. We got like 3 or 4 leg candles in a row here. Looks terrible. I think that's enough of TED Talk, right? Damn, I can't believe we just lost viewers with me yapping. Or did we lose viewers because of this chop? If I were to transcend survival mode, I would consider providing an abundance of mic audio gain on YouTube side next session. If I were to transcend survival mode, I would consider providing an abundance of mic audio gain. My gain is all the way up. My gain is all the way up. I gotta head out. Much love. Yeah, I gotta head out too. Nate, if you guys are heading out, please drop a like, sub to the channel. Please share the stream. Help me grow this community. I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna keep providing value. Keep giving you guys W's. Keep sending out these Wix 9 stimmies, right? The stimulus checks. Important. All I ask from you guys is just to drop a like and sub to the channel and help me grow this community because I need your help. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. There's no Asian session tomorrow. This is our last Asian session of the week. Next Asian session is Sunday. That's a private session only for everyone in the Signals community. So go get the bundle, join the winner's circle, and I'll see you guys in there. We will do another 50K giveaway this Sunday just for the people attending. We will trade the weekly market open, but you got to be part of the Signals community. It's cheap as fuck. One trade pays off your entire fucking membership, but you got to join, and you only have a couple days to do that. Other than that, tomorrow, our last New York session of the week, and right? Yeah, tomorrow, Friday. So we will run New York session tomorrow at around 8:30, like we did today, and then we'll go into the weekend. And if you're not there tomorrow, if you're just waiting on Asian and you're not in the Signal channel, we'll be live on Monday, right? Monday, we come back for all the free 99 public streams. Okay. Hey, by the way, go get your top 1 futures accounts. Use code WIX, then use code thank you, and use code STACK5, you get 70% off. All right? Everybody got that? All right, cool. But use code WIX, it's 60% off right now, and go get your top 1 futures accounts. Make sure you get the instant funded, skip the challenge. Make sure you're not over here trying to pass challenges. Show up tomorrow with your account ready to go, ready to make money, and instant funded, right? We don't want to be trading past challenges. We want to be trading to actually earn. Learn and earn, not pass challenges. Not be delayed. Most of this game is patience, big W. Yeah, 99% of what we do is patience, and only 1% of it is just clicking that mouse button. Yep, see you guys tomorrow in the morning, and then we'll take it into the weekend. Zoom gang, appreciate you guys. Jordan, Reggie, Jay, Kenny, Chris, everybody that I see on here. Options. My man Daniel, hold the DH, holding it down. Damn, Nate, everybody, I will stock the homes. I'll see you guys mañana. Hasta la pasta. Signal channel, if I see something setting up tonight, obviously, as always, I will take it and we can discuss it in the Signals chat, and like we usually do. And mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. You already know the deal. For me, my time here is up, and just like that, another Asian session is in the... Have a good night, everybody. I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's finish the week off strong. And yeah, keep on keeping on. You guys can all get it. This knucklehead got it. You guys can all get it. It's, you know, just keep with it. Keep going. And it's inevitable. If you don't stop, you finding yourself in this journey is inevitable. You find it success. And on that note, later.